what this mod does is it changes it from the default setting, which is, I think it's like PSP ramping, about 13 balls a second. But what this mod does is, for people that haven't got the board, like what you normally get on a Wraith, you can change the settings between like the ramping mode and full auto, and select your firing rates, which I'll explain to you a little bit further on the tutorial. Right, what I'll do is I'll switch over. Right, now with my close cam, at the bottom of the board there's the LED or LCD selection plate. Just next to it, the first socket, which I've flipped up to make life a little bit easier, there's a jumper setting in it. What you got to do is take that jumper out and place it next to the switch there. There's two prongs. I must warn you, once you've done this once, you can't go back to the original settings. But take that out and place it up here. So it's now in there, right next to the LED. Taking out that first jumper there, which is right next to that socket, and then you place it into there. Right, now flick back to wide cam. Right. Once you've had that on, it's now time to connect your battery, and then I'll explain the modes. Right. In ramping mode, when it's selected, if you push the line, then the triangle, it should stay in that setting. So, as you can see, then every time you push triangle, what it'll do is add a ball per second. So, push it once more, it's a little bit quicker. Push it again, a bit quicker even more, ranging all the way up to 20 balls a second. Right, now to go to full auto. Push the line for a split second, then the triangle. You go to full auto. Then the line, triangle again, and then every time you push the triangle, it'll add a ball per second, just like on the last mode. It goes from 4 to 20. There's 16 settings. So if you just push the triangle 16 times, you'll be full auto on the highest setting you can get. Like this. And what you can do after that is to leave it in each mode. If you push the line, then the triangle, you'll be able to swap from the ramping mode. See, line, triangle. From PSP ramping, or whatever you want to call it, to full auto. And then after you've done that, once you've selected the mode you want to be on, like say that's the exact rate of fire, if I the gun again, if we take the jumper back off whilst this is still on, don't forget that, take the jumper off and place it back to where it originally was. Once we've got it to exactly the mode we want, i.e. either full auto or the ramping mode, then turn the gun off once the jumper's back on, then back on. Right. Take it out of safety. It'll be stuck on whatever mode you put it on before you jump the settings over. I.e. if you had 15 balls a second full auto and put the jumper back over, it'll be stuck on 15 balls a second full auto, or the ramping mode, or whatever you would like to call it. So many balls a second, it'll be stuck on that mode until you change the jumper back over whilst it's on. You've got to do it when it's on, otherwise it doesn't change nothing. So you back to there. Then you turn your gun off. Then back on. Wait for 2 blips. Take out safety. And back to that.